Ooh, business is blowing up, old man. Guess you got a little more juice than we realized.
Hey, if this keeps up, maybe you could do me a favor and get rid of that Shep mural.
Dude?
What?
Do you need glasses or something?
Yeah! For real?
I hope so. I spent a long time on this, but yeah, it's real.
Bro, that is so cool. Yes.
Hey, why don't we take a quick pic?
Yeah,
Yeah,
give me a
I
phone.
got you.
And while we doing that, we can bring some more business your way. How'd that sound? All right. All right, on 3.
Hey.
1, 2. All right. All up on the socials now.
Oh, appreciate you, old man.
You and this old man. Listen, if you guys ever want tickets to a basketball game, hit me up, all right?
Hey, maybe when Shep's in town.
Oh.
I'm sorry?
So we can boo him.
I see what you did there, man. I see what you did there. Hey, I'll see you guys soon, all right?
Hey, wait. I had Lance make it custom for you.
This is rad. Wow.
All right, just get out of here before we take it back.
Wow. I love y'all. I'll see you soon, all right?
Later.
Take it, MP. Okay, so I'm
Sweet. Good working.
Are you gonna call me like you said you
I want to talk to you about what's going on with Othello.
What do you mean?
Word travels fast in this business.
So you want to give me a pep talk? Sorry your life's going down the toilet. Hang in there, kiddo.
Not exactly. But I'll tell you one thing, you're not going to accomplish anything by feeling sorry for yourself. Life's not fair. So what? Get over it.
You know, you have a very interesting bedside manner, might I add.
I'm not your best friend, MP. I'm not here to coddle your ego. I'm here to put the best team possible on the floor, and I can't do that if you get shipped out because you gave up.
Who said I'm giving up? I'm not allowed to be upset?
You're allowed to be upset. But you need to channel that energy in a positive way. Play like your life depends on it and make it impossible for Othello to trade you.
Yeah, well, that's easier said than done.
Now, look, I'm only going to say this once, so listen up. I've been in this game a long time. I didn't get to where I'm at by playing games. When you're where you're at, there's a temptation to try to play things out in the press. All right, well, that might work for the top 1% of players in the league. But for everybody else, it backfires. I'm not saying you don't have that kind of talent, but it's too early in your career to pull that kind of power play. All you can do is produce, and I can help you produce. You just gotta trust me.
Coach, I trust you. I just don't think I'm good enough. I mean, right now, I feel like my only choice is to get my hands dirty.
That's not who you are, MP.
No disrespect, Coach, but how do you know that? I'm only 21 years old. I don't even know who I am yet. Not fully. How do you know that's not me?
Look, I can't tell you what to do. You're your own person, and you gotta make your own decisions. All I can do is give you my perspective. What you do with it, that's up to you.
I can respect that.
And I promise you, if you do this the right way, I'll do everything in my power to help you to succeed. But if you want any help with the other way, I can't do anything for you.
I hear you, Coach. That's totally fair.
Good. Now go out there and prove Othello wrong.
It's still early in the season, and teams are still trying to figure out rotations. Greg, what's it like to play in a game like that tonight?
Well, for a lot of these guys, Kevin, it's all about jockeying for position, making an argument for minutes. You want to earn the trust of your coaches.
Now, here's Bridges, here's Taylor, and the rejection by Towns. Russell looking around. Passes it to Edwards for three. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Well, Kevin, Monty Williams gave me a few minutes to catch up. One point he made to his players was, they're going to try to attack us where we live. Right at home, in the paint, at the rim. We have to be ready to contest shots, play physical, and match their intensity. Guys, we will all find out together how this plays out.
Thank you, David.
I'll tell you what, it's hard to stop Karl Anthony Towns when he's looking to score. He's got every trick at his arsenal.
And we talk about the playmaking ability of CP3. Third all-time in career assists, second all-time in career assist percentage, and he looks far from done.
Here is Russell after the made shot from Taylor. The pass to Towns. Outside Edwards. Buries it from three-point range.
The work that Anthony Edwards is putting in as a shooter is there. That range shot so important. Nice three-point look right there.
And great, what separates Paul from the other two guys that have more career assists is that Paul also averaged 18 points a game.
And he scores with efficiency. Really a one-of-a-kind talent. When he finally does decide to hang him up, I think he'd make a great head coach as well.
Here's Russell after the made shot from Taylor. Pass to Towns. Towns is doubled. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. A three-pointer, no good. For Phoenix, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Paul with the buckets.
80% from the field to start, playing with a ton of confidence.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Pass to Edwards. There's the three. Edwards with another miss.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Taylor passes to Ayton. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Gobert with the block.
9'9" standing reach. Rudy Gobert twice on the pipe.
That's a foul? You gotta be kidding me.
First team foul. Shooting for Phoenix, Taylor. At the line for two.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Taylor.
And the assets traded by the Wolves for Rudy Gobert surprised the first-round picks, 3 of them unprotected. They better hope this thing works out. A lot riding on it.
Naz Reid, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Now, here is Russell. They really needed more from him in that loss to New York. Here's Towns. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Suns leading by 5. Taylor passes to Johnson. And then Johnson with the jam.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
And taken away by Johnson. Taylor against Russell. Paul lays it up and banks it in. Paul's got his second bucket of the night.
Timberwolves all time out. Time to see some awesome dance, fans. It's time for the first Avenue Breaker. Make some noise for the first Avenue Breaker.
Now for Minnesota. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Karl Anthony Towns comes in for Taurean Prince. Edwards has come in for McDaniels. And it's Russell in for Jordan McLaughlin. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. The small and power forwards are Bridges and Johnson. Taylor is out there with Chris Paul. And it's Ayton in at the center, locking down the middle. Now Russell. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. And it's good, 2 points.
We think first of Rudy Gobert as a defender, but this guy has the instincts and touch, even against good defense. Nice, Rudy.
And now in the final year of his contract, D'Angelo Russell trying to get back to that all-star level and the promise that got him that last 4-year deal.
Taylor's shot, good.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And yes, it's good. And after a lackluster performance in last year's playoff, Russell has some making up to do.
Yeah, and the efficiency has been a problem. Now, if you're a player whose primary value is at the offensive end, you can't just be a volume scorer.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
And despite the double-digit lead, still in attack mode, getting their feet wet there in the paint.
Now here's Gobert, and they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
On the wing, Bridges. Edwards defending. Here's Taylor. No good. Shot missing. Gobert with the defensive effort. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. It is hard to forget the crazy draft night for Bridges in 2018. Drafted 10th by his hometown Sixers, his mom was an employee with the team. But he was traded an hour later to Phoenix. He says, it was tough, but once I came here, I loved it. The group of guys we had, I knew I wanted to be here. And they are sure glad they got him, Kevin.
They are indeed, no doubt. DA, thank you.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Paul against Russell. Towns is doubled. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Noel's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
Taylor attacking. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
You know, guys, that's the selfless attitude of Mikal Bridges. So willing to give it up to an open guy.
Out to the right wing. Here's Noel. That 3 off the mark. Suns leading by 20. Trying to get open is Johnson, and he gets it again. Shot good from Taylor. Taylor's got 18 points in the game.
Well, he's been shooting it so well because he's been so active, moving and working to get high percentage shots.
Here's Noel. Second shot opportunity. Shooting foul.
Taylor, first personal foul, 15 foul. At the line for the Timberwolves, Anthony Towns. Taking 2 shots.
So it's the Phoenix Suns sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter.
37, the Suns, 58.
Don't get used to this, MP. It can't last.
Welcome, everyone, to tonight's show. Kicking things off, let's see some of the names on the injury list around the league.
The Wizards' rotation's affected by injury. When you lose a marksman like Porzingis, it leaves you with one big question. Where do you get points from right now? And the answer may have to be everyone.
Yep, it's on the whole team to make it work.
And circling back to this first half, fellas, a decisive advantage for the Suns.
We use a lot of hyperbole around here. I can't even spell hyperbole, but I know when we use it. But it actually looks like they're doing just that. Passing drills out there. The ball movement is insane.
Us? Use hyperbole. We wouldn't do that in a million years. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. What can you say? The chosen one, an impressive effort here today.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
2 big men inside, Towns and Gobert. Sliding in at the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniel. And it's Russell in at the point guard position. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. And you hear the term point forward. But then, Greg, you had Magic Johnson, 6'9", but still a point guard. So what's the difference?
Well, when you talk about a point forward, it's someone whose versatility extends to their playmaking. Magic is the rare talent who redefined the point guard position.
Taylor kicks to Ayton. Back to Taylor. Ayton, the pass to Paul. Ayton sets the pick for Paul. Here's Taylor. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Taylor's got 20.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Another miss by Minnesota.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Back to Paul. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Passes it to Ayton. To the paint. Here's Taylor. That shot is off. And Minnesota now the other way.
And talking about a franchise that has done a complete 180, look no further than the Phoenix Suns. Before 2021, they hadn't even been to the playoffs in 10 years.
Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot, but right now this guy is cooking.
Gobert with the block. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain. Making a switch here. Noel's checked in. And a change for the Suns. Landale's checked in. And it's the Suns with the ball. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. In just 4 seasons, Phoenix, Greg, went from last in the conference to the best record in the entire NBA. It's been an unbelievable story.
And there's a lot of talent on this team, not to mention a great coach in Monty Williams. The future is bright for this franchise.
Bridges outside. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Now the pass to Paul. Outside, Taylor. 5 to shoot. The Suns need to get a shot off. Now here's McDaniels. Not a lot of room. Buries it down low. McDaniels got 11 points.
Boy, when he's this deep, it's going to be tough to stop him, especially with a smaller defender.
Back to Taylor. It's deflected. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Pass to Noel. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. 9 points in the game so far.
Always.
Phoenix timeout.
He's checked.
Substitution on the board.
Get up here. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Reed finds Russell. And here's Gobert. Here's Noel. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Well, putting all of that 7-foot frame to use, Rudy Gobert has been one of the consistent offensive rebounders in the league.
And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Sarge and Johnson are on the block. Chris Paul is out there with Taylor, and it's Bridges in at the 3 slot. Timberwolves trail by 16. Russell passes to McDaniels. Reed with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Inside, here's Gobert, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. 12 points for Rudy Gobert.
Feed Rudy Gobert down low. Watch him cash in.
Phoenix leading by 14. Paul kicks to Johnson.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Taylor passes to Saric. Back to Taylor. He sinks the 11-footer. Taylor's got 24 points.
Well, the coach loves this kind of ball movement. Anytime you create something inside the free throw line, you know it's a good look.
Tipped away. Bridges outside. Pass to Taylor. Now here's Saric, defended by Gobert. Here's Taylor, got a piece of it. Russell with it. Good, that one on target from Noel.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Right side, Taylor. To the inside. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Assisted.
26 points for the chosen one.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Phoenix.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open, deep. He'd get a good shot at the basket, didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Devin Booker.
Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
Passes it to Noel. Over Saric. And he overshot that one, missing. And it's Paul with the ball for the Suns. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Back to Taylor. Gobert with the block, and he recovers it. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Outside, Russell. McDaniels finds Gobert. Timberwolves passing it around. Noel, and he's good on the 3-ball.
Boy, Rudy Gobert, usually the recipient of that kind of pass. That was nicely done, Rudy.
Paul outside. So it's the Suns winning easily here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all.
Wow, you really showed out tonight. Is this the best game of your young career?
Man, I don't see it that way. You know, I've had a bunch of good games. Yeah, I scored a lot of points or whatever, but I could do more. You know, I'm just glad that we got this win. But nah, man, this ain't my best game. I can do a whole lot more.
Oh, yeah? I mean, what else could you do? How could you possibly play better on offense?
I mean, I definitely passed up on some looks, you know, trying to get my teammates involved. Man, honestly, I could have scored another 10, 12 points easily.
Well, you got the win anyway, which is the important part, and a bonus, you had a great game. Congrats.
Great game tonight. You guys really dominated on offense, and you in particular couldn't miss. What was the key to your performance tonight?
Oh, man. I think you saw tonight what this team is capable of when we all play together. Man, when we look to take that extra pass, we're a hard team to defend.
Well, you were having a lot of success individually. Did you see something in their defense?
You know, man, I think it's just my teammates looking for me to get the ball in places where I can convert, you know? Nothing too crazy.
Right on. Thank you, man.
No doubt.
Carefully pick my matchup.
I fly mental.
I used to skateboard, you know. I was sponsored and everything.
I'm hearing you're thinking about staying after all.
Yeah, things got a little emotional the other day, and this is where I want to be ultimately.
Great. Well, now all we got to do is game plan.
Oh, wait. So, Mila and I, we discussed, and we think we want to avoid the press in this. Just put my head down, focus, play the best basketball that I can play, because if Othello wants to trade me, he's going to be the one that looks like a clown, not me.
Okay, yeah, that is an option, but I don't think it's our best one here, man.
All right, then. Let me hear something.
Look, MP, you are a phenomenal player. I mean, you have unlimited potential, and you know I believe this, otherwise I wouldn't be here focusing all my energy on you like this. But right now, you've already got an uphill battle with the fans. And as it stands, if Othello leaks a trade rumor, you're gonna have half this city dancing in the streets.
Oh, come on, man. You don't think that's just a little too extreme right now?
Research shows that sports fans are 78% more likely to dance in celebration than any other type of fan, and that includes fans of ballroom dancing. Funny enough.
Thanks, Ash.
Look, I'm not saying you can't do the whole good soldier routine, but dog, to play so well that a trade is impossible without doing any maneuvering in the press, I mean, that's extremely difficult.
Impossible.
Look, why don't you just play as well as you can while trying to work the press in your favor? I mean, it's the best of both
But
worlds.
isn't doing all that behind-the-scenes stuff bad for my brand?
Exactly.
Like, Ashley, what do you think?
Okay, it's a possibility that it could hurt your image, but that is a very remote possibility, okay? No one will blame you for wanting to stay on your own team. It's when you try to force your way out that there's a problem.
You know what? What if he's not comfortable trying to get another man fired?
Right. Okay.
I guess you guys haven't heard of the golden rule.
Oh, the
Treat
golden
others as
rule,
you
the
would like to
golden
be
rule.
treated.
Okay, fine. If that's the case, then we just won't do it at all. Does
That's
that sound
not what
good?
I'm saying. I'm just
okay,
saying you
well,
must
in
not
my
believe in his
professional
talent very well if you want him to
opinion,
beg,
if you want
borrow,
to
and
control
steal to
as
stay
many
on the
variables
team.
as possible, MP, you want to stay in this city, have a family with Mila like you plan to, you'll use every weapon at your disposal.
You can try and control all the things you want with all this shenanigans and still get traded. So it's how you want to sleep at night.
So it's really up to you, man. What are you feeling? You know how you want to play this?
Okay. Now, I just want to play this thing straight through. No press, just basketball.
Okay, MP, are you sure?
This is gonna make things much more difficult for you. You understand that, right?
Maybe, but I never shy away from no challenge.
I'm proud of you.
Okay. Well, that being the case, this is what you're going to have to do to make this a viable option.
I told you this wasn't gonna be easy. I'm not sure what you were expecting.
Like, you want to make your case on the court? It's going to have to be so crystal clear that any random fan on social media can see it.
You're right. Hey, this is what I wanted, man. I'm ready.
This is all gonna leak eventually. So the only thing that we can do is try to get ahead of it, all right?
Okay.
Hit those goals, then talk about them, all right? You need to be your biggest advocate right now.
And I'm talking press conferences, scrums, every opportunity you get, you need to be talking up your accomplishments.
Strong, confident.
Yeah, you can deliver the message however you want, but you need to deliver it. You are the one that can bring this team to the promised land. Not this season, then sometime real soon.
No, not real soon. We need now. All right, you need to be a championship caliber centerpiece in order for this to
Hey,
work.
that's easy, man, because I already am.
That's what I'm talking about.
Already
That's
am.
the confidence we need.
Come on, man. Anything else?
Nah, that's it. Look, you want to win this war on the court, then go win it. Ain't nothing left to do now but go ball. My man.